so you're going to have to deal with this very poor lit version of me because I'd rather not do this on the freeway. Kind of kills my ability to see in front of me. What's up, Elijah? What's up, everybody who tunes into this stream, either live or after it gets uploaded? I just got a notification that I should go watch my own live stream. I will, sort of. I'll be the central star of my own live stream. In other news, I really need gas. Would people be? Do you think it'd be okay if I got gas on stream? We can just chit chat for a little while, and then we can go take care of the cats. Or do I have to ride around doing fuel tank roulette? Either way is cool with me. I don't really give a shit. But yeah, I'm definitely my fuel tank is Should we see how much I'm gonna pay? Who knows? But yeah, the reason I made the title of this stream "Stand Up to Bullies?" ? Is because that's what I'm struggling with right now. Not necessarily me standing up to bullies, but just standing up to bullies in general. And also, yes, on a more specific note, standing up to bullies for me. So, regular viewers of the channel will remember that on Monday's stream, I had a "What's up, Wingsley?" So yeah, as I was saying, regular viewers of the channel will remember that on Monday I had what I would call a less than 2 arms and 2 legs and an arms is not wrong. I wish the gas station would settle for a nice crisp high five as payment, but unfortunately that's not the timeline we're on. And yeah, but I think we're gonna go to the gas station first, just because I'm perilously low on fuel right now. I mean, Wingsley, in school, of course I was bullied. I'm a neurodivergent nerd, but I want to talk about specifically the incident I had on Monday and use it as kind of a microcosm to discuss more things. So just as a background for those of you who don't know what the situation was, also like the video, please subscribe, blah 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 blah. But yeah, on Monday's stream, I was visiting one. I saw a new cat crossing the street while I was driving, and I decided to feed it. And in the act of doing so, the security guard basically assaulted me and went beyond the fence line that he was designed to protect, and said some really mean shit and whatnot. And I generally feel like I handled it okay. I could have maybe not crashed out at the end, but on the other hand, if somebody calls you the F slur multiple times, and you don't take kindly to being both offended and hate speech, yeah, at that point I'm going to drop the gloves on a rent-a-cop and say, yeah, well, I mean, your life must suck because you got rejected by both LAPD and LA Sheriff's Department. So call me all the F slurs you want. I'm going places. You're going nowhere. But yeah. But I think the overarching consensus in the chat of the stream was you should say something about that to the company that he works for. You should do something. And I discussed that literally yesterday, Tuesday, with my therapist, saying, like I want justice. This person did something really douchey to me, profoundly unprofessional. From a strictly dictionary definition, he did commit assault because I was very much in fear of my personal safety and or well-being when some crazy batshit security guard goes past his fence line with exposed with a pepper spray exposed. Hi Gina, how you doing? Basically we're right now we're discussing some bullshit that happened to me on Monday's stream where I found a new cat at a new location, and the a security guard basically got very overly aggressive and kind of assaulty with me, and called me some very mean stuff, including the British word for cigarettes that's used to offend the LGBT population. So naturally, I react poorly to that. You know, number one, because I'm an ally to the LGBTQ population, but number two, because I don't like being insulted like that. So yeah, I called him all sorts of names. I'm smarter than the dude is, so naturally I called him a failed rent-a-cop. I said he probably rejected by the LAPD and the LA Sheriff's Department. I said a lot of mean stuff. All of it valid. Because like I said, when I get called the F slur, I have a problem with that. I really do. Um, I have a problem with other epithets, but oh look, a guy from Texas. Thank you, Elijah, for getting that before I had a chance. Oh yeah, on camera, Gina. I've got the whole thing. If you want to see it, go into the I'd say it's about 10 minutes in to Monday's stream. No, Bobby J, I'm absolutely not going to get purposely pulled over. I reason then less than 18 months ago, I received a speeding ticket and did it with and covered it and got rid of it using traffic school. So if I were to receive another moving violation, my insurance would go through the freaking roof, and I just don't have that. So thanks, but no thanks. But thank you for commenting in the chat. Thanks for the engagement. Continue being awesome. And yeah, so Gina, I've got the whole thing on camera. I at the beginning I wasn't speaking to him. OF link was go fuck yourself at 42069.com. But yeah, but so like, I said on stream, you know, that I wanted justice for this man. I'm coming for his job. I'm coming for him. And I discussed it with my therapist and everything. And um, you know, and didn't really get much pushback in the matter from my therapist. So I'm like, I'm gonna go get I'm gonna go, get my justice whenever possible. Um, especially because it seemed like I said, like my therapist. It's okay. It's okay, Gina. Trey, you're just gonna spam hit the gym. That's pretty lame. You should hit the classroom and get educated and become smarter and more fulfilled individual. But you hit keep writing, hit the gym in the comments. I don't care. Give me a sec, y'all. I'm playing fuel tank roulette. Anywho, all right. All right. Okay. Anyways, I'm back for now. The network is going to be really shitty because simultaneously to me being here, there's like about 1,000 um, other dudes also filling up their cars because this is one of the cheaper gas stations in LA. If you're wondering, oh, what's one of the cheapest gas stations in LA? It's $5.79 for regular right now a gallon. Thankfully, I've got the 20 cents per cent the 20 cents a gallon Kroger Club discount. So uh I'm paying $5.59. Oh, I'm oh my god, Trey, you're so fucking. Was this the same dude? Elijah is inevitable too. But my shada. Um, but yeah. Um, you know, I the getting back to the original point, I thought so I didn't call yet. Yeah, I mean, so I said to you guys on stream, I said, I'm gonna call that person's employer and I'm gonna get him fired because he deserves to lose his job for what he did. If not to face criminal consequences for what he did, but certainly to lose his job. And but so I talked to my therapist. Then I went and talked. Yeah, I know. Dude thinks he's smart. He is not. Uh, got third opportunity, Elijah. How many alts does this dude gonna have? Also, it's crazy. I'm seeing dudes filling up like jerry cans because the price is right now might not be the price tomorrow. I should probably do the same. Uh, everybody, everybody in their Mercedes Benz and Lexus and fancy cars, like I need the jerry cans. It's the funniest shit. All right, am I finished fueling? Yeah. Golly, $87 of regular fuel. Fuck me. Yeah. Fun fucking looking. I'm getting my ass on the limb by the dock. Give me 1 second, y'all. I got to add my gas shit. Sorry, we back. We have audio. Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. We back. We have audio. Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Elijah, are we back? Do we have audio? Are we good? Sheesh, son of a bitch. We are back. Fantastic. Let's go to Fats and Gino first. Yeah, I do drive a lot, Gina, and I like driving too a lot, generally speaking. I enjoy driving. I like cars. What's up, Fats? Fats in the house. So, anyways, let me get back to my initial thing now that I'm done fueling and we can like really focus on kitty cats and what I wanted to talk about today, which is bullying and how we respond to it and what we should do about it. Not my own, not my own personal bullying necessarily, although I might couch some of this discussion in that. But like, I've experienced a lot of Gino, Gino. Yeah, yeah. My last tank, according to Gas Buddy, Gina, I averaged 18 miles to the gallon, so not quite Tahoe mileage, but could definitely be doing a whole lot better. Um, oh well, it's that V6 lead foot life. Um, But yeah, so let me get sorry. I do apologize for my ADHD and my need to get gas. So I haven't reported it yet, Elijah, and thank you for keeping me on subject. I haven't reported it yet, and that's what I wanted to discuss with you guys actually, because I discussed it with my therapist that I was going to report him. I'm like, this guy is going to pay. He should pay because I, you know, my therapist identified that finding some sort of justice or um or you know kind of a balancing act of life is very important to me. So like when I see a wrong, I try to make it right. When I am personally wronged, I try to make the person who wronged me aware of what they did and that they should suffer consequences. That's just my opinion. Fats has the same opinion, by the way. What's up, Silvana? Long time no see. We got Fats in the house. You know. So like I said, I discussed this with my parents. I discussed it. I because because security guards, in my experience, Gina, and I don't want to make a blanket statement of all security guards or all private police forces or whatever, but security guards, in my experience, especially in Los Angeles, are filled with people who wanted to be in the police or the sheriff's department. Gino, who wanted to be in the police or sheriff's department but got rejected for some reason, either fitness concerns, criminal history concerns, uh, inability to pass, you know, basically flunking out. you know, um, and I went to my parents. And so here's the thing. I went to my parents who are both lawyers. And I mean, and here's the thing. A lot of you guys, salute me as the person who I am. And a lot of who I am is because I had good parenting as a child, who taught me to speak up when something is not right, who taught me to have strong opinions, to stay informed, you know? So imagine my shock when I went to them and said, I want justice for this whole thing. I want to get that man fired. And they were like, we're concerned, David. We don't think you should do anything. We think you should just let it slide. And I'm like, how could you possibly want me to let this slide? Now, here's the thing. Right now, because of Rima finding the trap at the main colony last week, and because of just 2026 being 2026, and it's just wonderful. And all that. Maybe I'm reacting a little bit more harshly or aggressively to this than I usually would be. Maybe my general turn the other cheek behavior is not quite as calm and measured as it usually be in regards to this guy. But I'm sorry. But you folks who watch the stream know just how aggressive that freaking asshole was. And so, like I said, imagine my shock and frankly disappointment and slight frustration when I'm told by my lawyer parents that I shouldn't seek justice. To me, that was anathema. You know, to me, if you let bullies get away with bullying, then they bully more. The response to a bully, I know in school you were told, oh, if you get bullied, you should go tell the principal, tell the teacher. No, no. If you get bullied, punch the bully in the fucking face. You might go to the principal's office, but the bully will learn a lesson. What's up, Chris? What's up, Baker? Paul Wart Maltcart? I don't know. Yeah, the letter is not going to be is too long. I'm exactly what. No, it. Come on, Gino. You and Fats don't get along, so we're gonna go. We're gonna let Fats chill over here, and you're gonna come with me. Let's go. Let's go, G. Bangladesh. Come on, G. Oops. Come on, G. Come on, Gino. I mean, so Silvana, it was really just a parent part. Like, they're like, we don't want you to get hurt. We think this man's crazy. I'm like, and in my head, I'm like, the fuck you talking about? I already had the scary part. The scary part already happened when some crazy rent-a-cop in a bulletproof vest comes out brandishing his pepper spray past his zone of jurisdiction, which granted, it's not the same location as this. Here is relatively safe. You guys have seen me be here for a long time, and I've never had a bad experience at this location, but let's pretend hypothetically that let's cosplay this out over here where I'm safe. All right. So let's say hypothetically that this is the fence line that he's supposed to be protecting. Gino. All right. This fence line, right? So I'm driving the car and I see a cat cross the street. And I'm like, no kitty, let's go feed him. So I go grab, I put my camera down outside the fence, much like it is right now. And then I grab my bowl, I grab my can of food, and I go and put a can of food and I slide it underneath the fence, and then I walk away. Now, if dude wants to come up to the fence line and say, "What the fuck are you doing? Get out of here," we would have no problem. I would be like, "Wow, what a douche canoe." End of discussion. No, 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 no. This brilliant genius walks past the fence line and to my car where I am loading up my various things, screaming some very not nice stuff and mostly just telling me that I look weird and to get the fuck out of here. To which I respond, and very concerned that I was filming. To which I responded, because I know the law and because I'm not an idiot. First off, I'm filming from a city street that's public property, and two, when you film from public property, your First Amendment rights apply. There are no restrictions on filming from public property except for filming military bases and shit like that sometimes. We're talking the Area 51 restriction or whatever. And this knucklehead who clearly doesn't know his rights is like, get the fuck out of here. And then he called me the F slur that British people use when referring to cigarettes. And yeah, none of this is right. None of this is okay. All right, everyone agrees he was a lunatic. So yeah, the whole thing is like, and so to be told by my parents, who are both lawyers, might I remind you, and who, like I said, instilled in me a sense that you should probably seek justice, and when you are wrong, you should try to make things right. So imagine my surprise when they say, "No, we're concerned about you. We think he'll do something crazy if you try to get him fired, if you call his employer." And I'm like, wait, hold on, time out on the field. You are the same, you know, you guys are the same parents who raised me, right? You raised me with an extremely strong moral compass, for better or for worse. So when you tell me that I shouldn't try to seek justice from a bully who wronged me, I'm a little bit taken aback. And this is where we segue from just talking about my bad experience to a fight I had with my father specifically. And this is, by the way, the reason why this live stream, more than any other public live stream I ever do, will be members only once the video uploads and all that. Because I generally, as a matter of course, do not discuss my family and my personal issue. Like, look, my personal issues is fine because this is my channel, but I generally do not discuss my family's issues on stream because frankly, it's none of your business. But today I make one except today I make an exception because I need to like explain to y'all how I'm feeling right now and why I'm like so irritated and stressed and upset and all right. But we got Gino eating and Fats is now doing a pace. Gino. What's up, Joseph? What's up, Zoe the cat? No, here's the thing, Chris. And here's the thing I want to stress very much. My parents, generally speaking, don't back the wrong side of humanity, especially my mother. My mother worked 40 years for the National Labor Relations Board. She's been a progressive her entire life. And though she doesn't speak up against my father, she does not share many of his more extreme views. So, and yeah, Dean, I know I'm worked up right now. It's been a stressful year um, and a stressful, couple of weeks for me. Um, it is what it is. Um, but here's the thing. My mom has a policy of like peace in the house, so she doesn't stand up to my dad. My brother has a policy of don't take dad seriously. And I'm like, okay, and let me backtrack a little bit. And because I actually said this at my parents' table yesterday when I went to visit them. Um, yesterday was not standing up to bullies, letting bullies get away with their bullying behavior is how we ended up in this 2026 nightmare political situation that we are in. Because if you let the bullies get away with their bullying, they'll become president or prime minister or king or whatever the fuck your head of state is, be it Trump, be it Putin, be it Orban, be it como se llama, be it. And yes, Adrian, they're both stray cats. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, regardless of Trump, but that's what I'm saying. If you let the bullies get away with it, they invariably rise to the top of the pack. That's how you get. Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the thing, Decker. I'm not talking about the guy at the machine shop. I'm talking about a different guy, just a total idiot security guard. The guy at the machine shop, I'm taking a different tack. All right, frankly, the guy at the machine shop has already hurt cats, as far as I'm concerned. Thanks, Adrian. I try to be a good person whenever possible. I don't always succeed, but I know I try. Fats, I want to hang out with you, dude. Can we go over here? So like that's where I'm at. Like regardless of the machine shop where the main colony is, where so many cats have already disappeared, that's where I'm. The gloves are really off. Like fuck any like quote Kendrick Lamar. Fuck anybody empathetic to the other side right now. Um, yeah, and I love the cats. So my question, Silvana and Gina, because you guys are saying basically that I should, is por qué no los dos? You know, like I can find justice for the cats who have disappeared and still make a phone call to this guy's employer and be like, "Oh no, absolutely not worth going to jail." That's absolutely, you are absolutely right. But like, I mean, the thing is, you guys, I've already, you guys have already put in some great work vis-a-vis the machine shop. And to give you an example of how, oh, I'm not going to assault him at all, and I'm not going to interact with that security guard ever again. But I am going to make a phone call to his employer because I'm sorry that this is where we this is where I draw the line. Is if somebody bullies me in 2026, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna be um I'm not going to let that go by the wayside, you know? So I'm not going to beat the guy up. I'm not going to feed cats at that location ever again because I value my safety. But like, yeah, I think a call should be made to his employer. I think he should know, they should know what an asshole their nighttime security guard is. And I think they should also know that I got the whole damn thing on video, you know? So if they want video part, you know, so if they want video, you know who the real orange Jesus is? Gino. You know, and in other news, you guys freaking rock on the machine shop front. Because let me tell y'all, after I told you, after I told you about the gold cazador, maybe, but as far as I'm concerned, and um, you're free to disagree with me if you watch the actual stream, but yeah, he went well beyond his job description and into probably assault from a legal standpoint. So for the record, not battery. He did not batter me. He never put hands on me, but he did make me um, extremely afraid for my safety. Dude did walk past the property that he was supposed to defend, and Trump is my president. It's rather annoying, but I didn't vote for him. You know, my eternal shame. And Benjamin Netanyahu is also my prime minister because I have dual citizenship to the two most popular countries in the world right now. Uh, and I'm super proud of both of them. No sarcasm. Remember the wider point. If we let bullies get away with it, they always rise to the top. That's the tolerance fallacy that I'm always preaching, is that if you let bad, evil people, if you let bad and evil that happens slide, they get more powerful. You know, that's that's what people like Trump, like Netanyahu, like Putin, like pick your local fascist. You know, if you're from Brazil, Bolsonaro. If you're from India, Modi. If you're from I don't know who's the Australian. You know, letting evil get away with evil is how evil gets strong. You know who else is strong? Gino. Okay, Gina, thanks for stopping by. Have a great night. Stay safe out there. Al Alf Anthony. What's up, Faithless? I agree, Decker. And here's the thing. You know, in a way, I'm glad I haven't done anything crazy because I've had time to think it out. And for the record, I'm still gonna I'm still gonna talk to that dude's employer because meow. Okay. Yeah, but Elijah, are either of those people like a Trump type, or are they just kind of lame politicians like Keir Starmer type, where it's just like, okay, you suck, but no more or less than any other garden variety politicians. I like New Zealanders too. What's up, Cece? All right, let's go to what's left of the main colony after we give Gino a bit more pets. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Faithless, I'd say most politicians suck in general. Like, the question I'm asking is, does he just suck as a general garden variety politician, or is he, like, evil? Um, Fats! Can I get a wee? There we go. Oh, yeah, Diesel Beats. The orange cat is Gino. The black cat is Fats. Yeah, but yeah. Yeah, but in fairness, Faithless, you don't get to make the decision on Vegemite. Um, you're not a native Aussie. You have to tell me about Bovril and Marmite and shit like that. Luxon is anti-Maori and thinks equality. Oh yeah, Elijah likes Vegemite. Faithless does not like. Faithless, do you like Marmite or Bovril though? That's the real question. We need to know. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not huge on all those like yeast and beef fat extracts. It's just not my thing. But like, if you I had a friend who really liked Vegemite, and I was like, okay, man, you do you, but could not be me. So Silvana, Vegemite is like a spread um that's made of Elijah and Faithless would know better than me, but uh it's like I think it's a yeast extract basically that comes from like it's a byproduct, I believe, of beer making, um, and like distilling or whatever. And it basically forms like a thick, savory, like umami rich paste that you can like spread on toast or whatever. Like I think a lot of people like a butter and Vegemite sandwich or something like that. Okay, confirmed by unsupervised too. Yeast extract, it's a byproduct for making beer. Um, Yeah, I mean, it's just something very rich in umami. I'm sure the yeast extract, basically forms its own MSG, as it were. Oh, so Luxon, not so great. Yeah, you can find it on yeah, but if for the American crowd, if you're desperate for Vegemite, you can definitely uh find or Marmite too, I think. You can definitely find it on Amazon, I believe. But yeah, I'm so down with spicy ramen. That being said, there's one thing yeah, that's the thing. What Decker just said is true. I think, with those like super strong, super umami spreads, a little goes an extremely long way. And know who PR4WX, I will not be peeing on this cat, nor that cat, nor any other cat. Okay, we're gonna have an Australia UK fight in the chat. Let's go. No, Gino. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think. Didn't Chris? Didn't World Market? Vroom vroom. Yeah, of course it's a charger. Of course it's a charger. It's the Mopar Bros with their frickin' Hemis. But yeah, I think yeah, this is true. But Chris, yeah, I think the thing with Cost Plus World Market and the whole thing was that I think they went whole ass bankrupt. I might be wrong though, but I think they're just gone now. Yeah, so Silvana, Vegemite is the kind of food that is extremely and by the way, the same goes for Marmite. Um, uh, if you like it or love it, it's the bomb.com. If you are not a fan, it's some of the grossest shit you'll ever try. Yeah, yeah. And I wouldn't even call it salty necessarily unsupervised as much as it's extremely umami. Like it's like eating straight MSG sometimes. Gino, I'm trying to put my car in. No, hummus is much more neutral in flavor. Much more neutral. Also, Elijah, chicken tikka masala. Gino, eat the bounce, dude. Crazy cat. Crazy cat is where I need to reverse. Okay. All right. Gino there. I can't see Fats. Where's Fats? Yeah, not just India is right. It's the British Empire is responsible truly for a lot of the evil currently in the world. Whoa. Yeah, and agreed, Elijah. Or sorry, agreed, Dean. My mistake. Yeah, ethnic food is the shizzle nizzle. Um, so actually, I'm exactly the opposite. I'm not a huge fan of baba ganoush, but love, uh, I love hummus. Yeah, but baba ganoush is a eggplant based spread, whereas hummus is based on chickpeas. Um, both delicious, but I vastly prefer hummus to baba ganoush. I'm also really fond of this doesn't make its way to the Americas as much, but I'm a big fan of something called hummus fool, which is hummus with full madamas on it, which is like a sautéed fava beans situation, which is great for eating with liver and a nice Chianti. Kitty, hey, Lil V. So, in other news, I'd just like to say that you guys have done a fantastic job over here. What's new ore? I don't know. What's up, Bear? Oh my God, look at this. Look at this. Another day of just, hold on, I'll even turn the flash on so you guys can see. Just look at this. Look at this. Look at this. But yeah, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, you guys did a great job on this place. Because once we found out about the trap and the cats, and I made it public, yeah, yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Faithless. A big props to every one of you guys. In the span of a few days, we took him from a 5-star rating to under 2 stars. And all the 1-star ratings say, where are the cats? Where are the cats? Where are the cats? Hell yeah, you guys freaking rock. That's just a start. We gotta keep it up. We gotta save the ones that are still here, and we gotta see if we can. So Dean, the man is somewhat lucky. He doesn't have a Yelp profile. If he did, I would be linking it. Um, but yeah, we start with the Google review, and up next, I'm gonna have to say is probably so the cats. The owner of this metal shop, or machine shop, just moved into it a little while ago and decided to start trapping the cats and relocating them. Um, uh, the next steps will probably be to hold on to see what we can do from a legal standpoint. Oh, not too bad today. I don't know about LinkedIn or not LinkedIn. I will say that there's way too much food for me to be dropping off more. Um, but yeah, who we got here? Is it Dick Grayson? It's Dick Grayson. He still survives. Okay, let's check in on Nash across the street. I don't think we're gonna have much luck because I think I see some homeless peeps over there, and I don't want to disturb them slash get in a fight with them slash you know tweaker activities. You know what's crazy, y'all? Just sorry, I'm an ADD comment, but as I was leaving for work today, um, as I was leaving to go to work, I get in my car. I get to the corner of the streets. Oopsies! I get to the corner of the street where my apartment is, and and I get to the corner of the street where my apartment is, and the major thoroughfare, and there's just a lady on the corner just smoking meth out in the open, and I'm like, wow, that's uh that's an energy I'm not sure I want in my life or on my street corner. Let's see. It's so weird that like one day we found an incredibly friendly and incredibly social void cat over here, and I haven't seen him since. It's weird. Oh man, if that cat is in Alice Springs, good luck. Also, this graffiti is new. Just pointing that one out, but whatever. All right. It's so weird. But like, also, we've got a bit of a situation over here and spam in a can. Kenneth, you have a Kenneth Goff has a cat named Snowball. That I hope you used to have a cat named like Napoleon or something for the full animal farm. Like the animal farm cats, all the cats are equal, but some cats are more equal than others. Type shit. Yeah. Meth is a scourge, honestly. But it's also crazy that like if you have ADHD, you're basically prescribed amphetamines. So like, what can you do about that? All right, let's go check in on Chloe, the kitty, and gang gang. Yeah, I mean the problem is that the problem I think with meth, and it's also a problem with opiates, is that you get you get so Silvana, if you want, I left a link to it in the Discord, so you probably will be able to find it. That way easily, most easily, blah, 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 blah. Let me just put the phone down for a few seconds and we'll chit chat. That's me. That's a key light. What up, bitches? You can only do it. You can only do it once under one account, but you can also, if you have multiple Gmail accounts, there's nothing stopping you from leaving a 1-star review multiple times under different Gmail accounts. But yeah, like, but yeah, getting back to what I was saying is, I think one of the major problems with both opiates and strong stimulants like amphetamines and whatever is that the pharmaceutical industry got us all hooked on that shit, and and then they're like, well, no more. So it's like, you know, probably the most recent example is like, you know, after the Sackler family and OxyContin made thousands of new opiate addicts. You know, Decker, if you want, feel free to reach out to me on IG. It's the same username, David Romano 67. If you have that, um, there's almost there's also There's also the channel Discord. If you want, I can have Elijah post a link to that. So that you can join that, and you can also PM me on Discord too. And there's also my cat related Gmail account, but I don't really use that so much. And yeah, good job, Chris. That's awesome. All right. All right. Caught a red at the train tracks, but no flashy lights. What's up, Kareem Wallace? I know, I know you're coming for me. You're coming for me, Faithless. I gotta post more. I gotta post more shorts and show you what's what. My guy, and yep, Elijah got that. Elijah got that Discord link posted. So anybody who wants to join the Discord, hop on in there. Well, yeah, I mean, one thing. Well, Dean, I think you're already part of that Discord, though, so you're good. But yeah, technologia is the answer. And and as far as reading and driving, I don't read any of the long blobs of text, especially when I'm doing like actual like freeway speeds. Right now, I'm doing 30 miles an hour down a fairly empty street. Um, and so I can like I can glance at like one sentence messages, and it takes me no longer to read than it would take me to, like, I don't know, change the volume or change the fan speed. So it can just be part of my overall scan, and the vast majority of my time is still spent watching the road ahead. But but like when I'm at red lights, when I'm at low speed, it's much easier to check chat when you have a moment to do that. Yeah, long text, I'll either pull over and read it if it's very important, or if I'm on the freeway or something where I can't pull over, I'll just be like, I see that, I'll catch up to it as soon as I'm not doing 70 miles an hour. All right, let's check in on Clo. Oh, do we have a chair cat? Will we have a chair cat? Oh wait, hold on. You know what I can do? I can pin the message. Bear, I pinned the message. Hopefully you'll be able to click it now. Um, if not, um, oh, I don't watch Newhouse's stream, so I wouldn't know, Chris. But like I said, like I recognize that. Oh, new kitty, or is it Chloe? Somebody left a poo poo right here on USA. That's kind of a micro. That's kind of a microcosm of 2026 right there. um. So Silvana, the promotion actually is going swimmingly, I must say. Um. You know. And also on I can't remember whether it was Saturday or Sunday. Hey, Clo. Oh, Mini, I prefer to the meow routine, but I also do, but yeah. But on over the weekend, they actually they called me in on call for a lead shift for they they called me on call for a lead shift for a rest for one of the venues that I've never actually worked lead or had any training, and it was basically a sink or swim, and they said that I swam pretty good, so I'm liking that. Yeah, I've got lots of different meows. I've got and some of them, and Minnie, on the off chance that this is your first time or one of your first times popping into to my streams, let me just show you something about this location because this location is very special. Now we got Chloe the kitty over here, and she's great. We love her. But 3 years ago, at this very location, which I call Louisaville, I found a sick tortie at this very same location. Chloe the kitty was actually here too, but Chloe the kitty was not socialized back then. But Louisa the kitty, the little tortie, got got socialized first and went home with me because she was sick. Unfortunately, she crossed the Rainbow Bridge earlier this year, but a part of her will return to her colony and will be here until it gets stolen. And yeah, I miss Louisa too. Miss her every day. But I gave her some good years. So so Bear, what I'm gonna Bear, and for everyone that cannot click links, I hope not Faithless, because she's ear tipped too, so she's fixed. If she's getting bigger, she's probably just getting fatter. Um, but yeah, she's fixed. She should not be getting bigger at all. At all. So I mean, here's what I'm gonna do for everybody who's interested in the Discord link but cannot click the one in the stream. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to let Chloe say hello. Um, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post at the end of this stream because I can't do it while I'm streaming. Um, but at the end of this stream, I'm going to make a post on my like yeah. So yeah, Minnie, the primary thing on this channel actually is 3 times a week we hang out with the cats. We feed them. I do the socialization work that I can. But yeah, um, you know, sometimes we do other stuff. There's a good chance that today will actually become a lock picking stream for everybody who's been waiting for an at-home lock picking stream. But that remains to be seen. But yeah, all right, Clo, if you keep pushing the tripod with your tail, you're gonna knock it over. Oh, you want to do biscuits on my leg? That's okay. Oh, you're getting overfed. Is that what it is, Clo? Oh, hold the phone. Excuse me, Clo. Extra bowl. See, Chloe? I saw that extra bowl in town, and I'm like, we're gonna save plastic waste ever so slightly. Kitty down the block. Okay, Chloe. I saw a cat cross the street down the block. We might go check that out. Yeah, but yeah, Vinny, this is a pretty eclectic channel. The primary thing is the care and socialization and hopefully rescue of as many of the homeless cats that LA has to offer. But yeah, we do some great. So yeah, this is what I'm gonna do, guys. All right, when this stream ends, because I can't do it right now, but when as soon as the stream ends, I'm going to post a link to the Discord on my channel feed. Or wait, hold on. Da, 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 da. Playables, settings. Oh yeah, I can't leave the stream without losing stuff. So yeah, what I was gonna say is when the stream ends, I will post a link to the Discord in the on the channel page so you guys can see that. Oh, Chair Cat's here. CC the Chair Cat has showed up. Yeah, two kitty day. Chair Cat and Chloe. I need to be quiet though, because yeah, Minnie, there trust me, not everybody is as well off as Chloe over here. Some of them some of them can be in a pretty bad way. Like Louisa, when I first found her, partly because she has stomatitis, but also partly because she was just not in a great shape. She was yeah, some of the cats I find are in pretty bad shape. And honestly, the sicker or worse off they are, the higher priority they get as far as rescue goes. So that's kind of how it is. I'm gonna be very quiet for a second. Hopefully, Chair Cat comes out. But yeah, are we all like? And yeah, what Silvana said. I'm not the only one here. And yes, Nafe, this is a cat. That's Chloe the kitty. There she is. But yeah, what Silvana said is true. I'm not the only I'm not the only feeder of the cats. I for one focus more on socialization than some of the other feeders because uh, if they're social, I can take them off the streets, and if I can take them off the streets, hopefully I can find them a forever home or a rescue. And if not that, they go with me. All right, let me lock my car up. It's kind of, but there's no glory to be found in that hole, Luke. None whatsoever. There is plenty of raw sewage, though. Okay, I'm kind of hoping as we walk away. Yes, Deadly Dude, I do indeed do lockpicking. I haven't had a lockpicking stream in quite some time because I hurt my hand and I've been very, very busy with my job. But as I mentioned just a moment ago, there is a very much non-zero chance that today becomes a lockpicking stream once we wrap up the kitties. Um, but I thought I saw a cat down the block, so we're just gonna walk over there. And look, in the meantime, while I was out, Share Cat came out. All right. Let's see if there's another cat over here. I could have sworn I saw a cat crossing the street on a stack of upside down backwards Bibles. Oh, Tatiana? Oh, the calico is she's doing very well, and crucially, she's safe and alive. Yeah, and Faithless, as far as the security guard, that's actually something we were discussing earlier because I haven't seen him, and frankly, we'll be skipping that location now and probably forever, if I'm honest. Um, but um, but by that same token, that was very much the discussion. Yeah, agreed, Elijah. If Tatiana bought the farm, it would have been so tragic. Um, it sucks that for all the ones that we couldn't save, but at least we got Tatiana, at least we got Baby Blue, you know, and at least we found out the truth. Now we can be proactive and make sure the cats get the justice they deserve. I've walked down half this freaking block. I'm so far away from my car, it's not even funny right now. All for a cat that isn't here. No, I know he can't do anything to me, Faithless, but here's the thing. Um, there's no guarantee that that's gonna be a regular cat location. Like, we were just driving down the road, and I saw a cat cross the street. Like, that also means that there's other locations where we might be able to feed the same cats that are significantly, um guys, when I tell you that this white cat has been around for at least 5 years and has never gotten remotely social, I'm not kidding. This dude, no lie, I remember seeing this exact same scaredy cat, white cat, like, in 2020. Yeah, crazy. Dude is still going and still sussy-wussy as hell about human beings. You know what? Can't blame him. Okay, I could have sworn I saw a dark colored cat running across the street, but maybe I'm just uh smoking a little bit too much crack. I don't know. But as far as that white cat goes, never once been friendly. Indeed, Bear, that does look like the fully grown version of one of the kittens that we got, doesn't it? Doesn't it? So so many. Yeah, exactly, Decker. That's why I'm not trying too hard to socialize that one. I'm like, you've been around the block once or twice. Just you know, as it were, continue living your best life to the best of your ability. I ain't doing nothing. You know what? The 4,000 watch hours for me, Faithless, was by far the hardest thing. And it was just, you know what it is? You have to make what I did, was I made playlists of my videos or whatever. And you get a couple of really committed people to put the playlists on like their iPad when they go to work. So the playlist just plays for hours. You know, some people did that for me. I did that for Pocket Woman, one of the moderators, another Aussie. Um, oh yeah, you can delete the link now. But yeah, Minnie, the chopped off ear, generally speaking, especially in America, is a sign that the cat has been trapped, neutered, and returned to its original spot. So it's a it's a tag to let people know not to trap and take the cat again. Um, that's why like Chloe had the ear tip. But yeah, that's the as far as the watch hour thing for monetization. Yeah, it's very much it's a very much a create playlist and well, if you're like Chris, you can get your Raspberry Pi or whatever to do it for you. But if you're like me and fairly good with tech, but not like a hacker or anything like that, then okay, actually, that's a great teaching opportunity for Minnie. So TNR stands for Trap, Neuter, Return, and it's part. Vroom, 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 vroom. Yeah, Trap, Neuter, Return, and it's part of the cat rescue process. So when you find a cat on the street, a homeless cat, be it stray, feral, friendly, whatever, um, like young Chloe over there. I did not hear about the shot. That's something interesting. But so yeah, so part of a major goal with taking care of homeless cats is population control, making sure that you stop the cycle of new kittens being born homeless. And part of that is TNR, trap, neuter, return, where you trap the cat, um, you make sure it's fixed, and then you return it to. Yeah, exactly. What Elijah said. But yeah, and then we return it to its original home. And they'll fix. They won't make any. They're fixed. They're generally get vaccinated when they get TNR'd, and so they won't be transmitting any crazy diseases. They won't be making any new cats, and it's helpful. I will say that in my opinion, it's not the be all and end all of cat rescue because it's just the beginning. Because then, if you do only TNR and you don't work on rescue, then you've just got a population of fixed cats that annoy people. So I think TNR is a great start, but you've got to continue working on socialization and rescue. Now I'll hop off my soapbox completely if you don't mind. Um, but yeah, so and I do some TNR, not as much as I used to. Um, but like you guys have seen some of the cats that I TNR'd. In fact, Gino, the orange cat from earlier in the stream, he was one that I did. And so a lot of the cats that live in my apartment were TNR. Well, not actually, that's not true. Only one. Charlie, who's currently in my apartment, I did the TNR for him. Um, you know, and many other cats. Some of them have found forever homes. Some of them or have not. Yeah. I will say one thing is that from what I hear, um, places that are not named America, instead of doing the ear tip, do an ear tattoo, which might actually be a better way to go about it. Because some ear tips look great. Like Chloe's has a really nice ear tip. Some of them, they just get their freaking ear, they just get their poor ears just absolutely butchered. Like poor Charlie got so much of his ear taken off. It's such a shame. All right, y'all. Let's check the last few places and then we're gonna go home and do a lock picking stream. Not for very long though. Yeah, I tend to agree with you, Faithless. I don't think ear tipping is great. Yeah, exactly. And because I live in a major city, we have Fix Nation too, which is a great resource. Although the kittens are still pretty zesty, but we're working on them. Um, all right, let's move. Let's roll. Yeah, Elijah's like only one lock. I'm not gonna lie. No, the rescue didn't bail on me, but like it's actually been a case of I have not contacted the rescue yet because I want them to be at least somewhat more socialized than they are right now. Um, and the other thing is, and I mean, because there's so much like right on that edge of the socialization window, there's a non-zero chance that some of them will just be TNR. I mean, I'm like I said, I'm gonna do my best to get them all rescued and forever home, but there's a chance that some of them will just have to be TNR, and that kind of sucks. But if not, it's just gonna be another cat in my apartment forever. Which I mean, love them, but you know, the more cats that are calling my home their forever home, the less room I have in my apartment for actual rescue. So yeah, got it. Okay, Master 3 and Master 5 do not count. Heard. So as far as trust, Minnie, it's more of a repetition than anything else. None of these cats trusted me when I first met them. you know but so it's a repetition thing. It's you try to push for a little bit more, like every day you come in to feed, you take one step closer, you reach your arm out just a little bit more, and you don't try for too much, like when you go at the pace of the cat, not at the pace of you. All right, let's check it. Steve the raccoon's location. Who's here? Who's who in the zoo? It's our friend the Tuxie. Yeah, see, Kisk is a legit kitty cat. And Bowles, that's from Monday. Uh, Tire, okay. Our friend the Tuxie. Hey, our friend Tuxie. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And I mean, look, I mean, I'm still trying to get Sonny and Sully, the creamsicle crew, adopted, but it's gonna be difficult. Eee. It's gonna be difficult with when Sully's, even after all these years, still kind of afraid of human contact. But we'll do what we can. Anyways, let's get some feeding for our friend the Tuxie over here. Hopefully, our other friend will come over. Also, let's un let's unknock this shit right here because that's whack. Okay, the calico's here too. Excuse me, guys. Beep, beep. Been a while since that one was refilled. I wish I had some dry food, but I'm out. All right, wet food for Tuxie and Calico. Wow, 4 p.m. That's my kind of day, Faithless. I'm not gonna lie. I am not as evidenced by the fact that I'm still out and about and very, very active at midnight. I am not a morning person at all. Unless when I have to be for like a job. Any Tuxie? She's getting friendly. Okay, Calico, I got you too. Don't worry. All right, bye. Bye. And a gray cat showed up. Let me catch up with chat. Oh man, I would have liked to have met Kisk. That would he seems like a really elite level cat. Yeah. What's up, Pablo? But yeah, it sucks when you lose those elite level cats. And that's also why I try to get especially the really it's like especially I mean as many as possible, but especially the really special ones. Like I try to get them off the streets as quickly and as completely as possible because like there's so much danger out here. So much of it human created, I might add. Oh no, we're doing lock picking today. We're gonna hit the road. It's not gonna be a very long picking stream, if I'm honest, because it's after midnight already, and I don't know how late I want to stay up tonight. But yeah, well, it's been a while since we did any sort of picking stream, and for definitely for the pickers in the chat, I feel like I kind of owe you guys one in a way. And for the non-pickers, we get to meet you get the new folks get to meet my house cats, and the old folks will pop in and say hello to the kittens. Not for very long though, because I just don't think they're quite ready for prime time. Okay, excellent, Faithless. Mr. Mish Mish is still with us. Before we hit the freeway, very briefly. Ooh, I felt like I almost ran over a glass bottle. Let's just check very quickly where we got the Okay, Silvana, you can't is it you can't stick around too long for lockpicking, or I can't uh I'm not sure I follow completely there. Let me just see. Hold on one sec. All right. Some other time perhaps we will ooh, we got a deleted message. Let's see. All right, Faithless. Also, that's all good. We're about to have about 10 minutes of cheap fridge this Jew right here. Ha! And it's shit like that that makes me say, golly, I wish my dad knew the internet that I exist in. What's up, Megan? 2.0? We are going home, Jeeves. Yeah. I can hang, sometimes I can hang more than others, you know? All right, also, let me just turn off my Wi Fi now so that when I get home, it doesn't do the whole like, we're on Wi Fi, we're on network, we're on Wi Fi, we're on network, we're on Wi Fi, we're on network, we're on Wi Fi, we're on network. We don't. But yeah, and also in fairness, I definitely hang longer for the ones that like are socialized. Like I Yeah. Like I'll spend more time with Gino and Fats than I do with like the Tuxie and the Calico, who are like, they don't know me. They don't really know me. I don't really know them. Blah, blah, blah. And yes, motorboat. Pardon the yawn. Green light, let's go. All right. And now for everyone who's like, I don't know how you drive and read the chat on the freeway. I do not read the chat really. We focus on the road, and as a matter of fact, as part of that, boom, you guys get to go chill on the freaking phone holder. That's closed. That's closed. Let's go. So yeah, but in essence, what's up, Making 2.0? Nice to see you. What happened to 1.0? Where's the beta version? But yeah, after this stream, I think I'm sticking with my own initial what's the word I'm looking for? My own initial my convictions, which is that if I get wrong, I should try to right those wrongs. So yeah, tomorrow I will be calling the place that the security guard was at, because I'm not here to let bullies get away with bullying. I am, however, here for this Honda Civic behind me that's about to pass me. I'm for it. Come on, are we gonna have oh my god, do I have a friend to play with on the freeway late at night? Come on, guy, pass me. Please pass me. Pass me. I want a friend. Oh no, I guess not. At 8350 with a bylock core. Holy fuck. And yeah, Sylvana, no doubt, definitely going to have to do it the smart way, because doing it the stupid way is going to be very, very bad. And possibly illegal, I might add. Oh, the cop's stuck. That's great. In other news, you know what else? Speaking of crazy, I don't know if y'all. Yeah, we don't need no stinking keys. You can buy spare bylock keys on eBay, I guess. But you know what? I don't. Did any of y'all see that that thing on the LPU Reddit where some guy found a Knox padlock with the key? What's up, bro? Not long time no see. How you been? But yeah, did any of y'all pickers see that on the lockpicking subreddit where somebody was like, I randomly found this Knox padlock with the key. What do I do? And the whole world was like, Yeah, cool, fine, but you should probably give that back to the fire department with the quickness. Cause yeah, possession of a Knox box key is ooh. Uh, we are almost there. We're working hard. We're hardly working. So Rome, my day was pretty good. Pretty easy day at work. Can't complain. Um, what's up? I can't read that name right now. I'm doing too fast. Jillian L or whatever. Jillian Liel or I don't know. When I'm at a stop sign, I'll correctly read your name. I apologize for any goofus and loofus. I kind of sound like SpongeBob. Yeah, that's because I speak kind of nasally. Um, if I actually like, focus more on like speaking like the way you should be, like projecting from the diaphragm, I'd have this voice, which is a little bit more deeply and you know, But it's okay. You guys can paint me as the soy boy. Mm. All right, I would like my engine braking to slow me down a little bit more because I'm on city streets and I'm still doing 55 right now. Hold on 1 second. use use your moonroof as a as an air brake. Oh, you know what? You know what, Rome? I gotta tell you, when it comes to Trump and stuff like that, I just try to avoid it. Like it was kind of funny in 2016 and 2017. Nothing about that is funny now. Like the threat is too real, as it were. All right. Sorry. Jillian, LOL, he he. Yeah. Also, yeah, I'm kind of with you at this point, Silvana. Like, it's not, it's like a joke that isn't funny anymore, and it's just traumatic. It's like, and all right, we're back here again with the king of quoting Kendrick Lamar lyrics or paraphrasing them. And Donnie got a weird case. Why is he around? Certified lover boy, certified pedophile. But seriously, that man got a weird case. Why is he around? Oh, and speaking of and moving away from politics because there's nothing fun or interesting about politics right now other than it sucks. Um, since Elijah, since Elijah, you mentioned yeah, no, Minnie. This is not that live stream. It's like I do sometimes talk politics, but it's all gross. But no, that's not this live stream. But Elijah, since you were speaking about dim sum, a smaller, not as small as me, but a relatively smaller YouTube creator that I'm a huge fan of, Derapy, APY, had a recent episode of his show on the top 10 worst Drake bars, not counting bars from the Kendrick versus Drake beef, and one of them was like, um, I love let the lights dim some, and I was like, ah! Why is this man so corny? I mean, keep in mind, this is also the man who made the award-winning line, "Said you a lesbian girl, me too." Um, ugh. I love the Asian girls. Let the lights dim some. Eh, gross. And yeah, Chris, you are exactly right. There's just so many like freaking bot and AI accounts these days. It's insane. But hey, what do you know? Say you a lesbian girl, me too. Uh, got got so many chain Tatum. All right. Bada bing, bada boom, bam, bam. Recycle. Recycle. It's good for the bottle. It's good for the can. What's up, 8 and 67 kids? 6, 6, 7. Oh, whoops. No, we don't do that. We don't do that. We have face cam right now for so you guys don't actually see my unit number. Yeah, and I agree with you. Jake is he's an odd one. All right, we got face cam. Look, you guys get the up close and personal view of my eye. This door is not sealing properly. Hold on 1 second. I want to see something. Yeah, you see? Door's not. Door's not. The door. Now it's latched. Oh my god, it smells like fast food French fries. All right, y'all. We are at the apartment. Got so many chains, they call me Channing Tatum. All right, let's see what Gang Gang is up to. Gang Gang, Benny. Hell yeah, Silvana. We here. We got Benny. We got Boop. And now you guys get to see What? All right, I got a trap chilling over there. Hey, sun girl. Hey, Banny. Hey, son. You're being extra friendly today in front of the camera. That's very unusual of you, but I like it. Yeah, do it more. Yeah. Or you can run away. That's up to you. All right, let's go meet the kids briefly. All right. So you guys saw me rescue these dudes. Charlie. What's up, C? So yeah, Charlie's another one that I actually did the TNR for. And look, they they butchered his poor ear. Yeah, Sunny's in a good mood today. It's weird. She does not like her dad. So Charlie, before he was fixed, actually was the father of the litter that gave Sunny and her brother Sully. But after a while, a separation, they are not friends anymore. Yeah, no, Charlie is like certified good boy right now, and he's clean and he's nice and he's neat. And also, I found out today what was causing Ben's diarrhea, and it was a gastrointestinal coronavirus. And the nurse literally had to be like, "It's not COVID. It's just a coronavirus." Kitties. It's like, no, I know, I know, I know. There's a difference between. I know there's many types of coronaviruses, and not all of them are COVID. Indeed, it is, Minnie. And you know what else? It was free. I found it in my garage. It was being discarded by somebody else. So many of my scratchers and cat trees and whatever have been free, and it's been like a real blessing to my broke ass. Indeed, Moose Monarch. But you can see they still got like the somewhat flattened ears face suggests that they're not quite fully socialized yet. They're making progress, but you know, I mean, Alan, I don't know how you managed to pull it off, but you literally transferred the diarrhea that's in your fucking cranium to me. So good job, sir. That's a funny vision. Just kitty, 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 corner kitty. So yeah, they're a little, they're a little, they're a little nervous still, but she's not attacking me. So these ones don't have names yet, Minnie. This cat is. I need to find a rescue stat. Yeah, you need to find a rescue stat. So yeah, this was actually the first one we got. She does have a nice coat. Baby Blue's doing great, Silvana. But yeah, as you can see, this is the cat that gave me this lovely swollen knuckle. So, you little monster. Uh, so that's the girl. The other two are boys. Um, this is the one that likes to be held the very least, as you can see. Dude is like, no, let go of me. If you were a type of bread, what type of bread would you be? I mean, is it low hanging fruit to say that I'd be Jewish rye? Like, that's the easy one. Like, I'd be Jewish rye. That being said, in 2026, I'd want to be Paganizia, so I can be so I can be the name of a Ukrainian attack drone. Hell yeah. Call me Poly. So yeah, in 2026, your boy Paganizia. And of course, last but certainly not least, we've got Hissy Boy over here. You know, Brobert, whoa. Dude's like, put me down now. Stop talking. So those two are less ready for prime time. The girl is making progress. The male calico is, or the male the the male tabby. Got my cat coats mixed up there for a second. Um, uh, oh yeah, Sylvana's got a good choice. I do love pumpernickel. Uh, and yeah, and Brover, I gotta tell you, those random questions, like if you were a type of bread or something like that, I love those questions because those are like just random. They make me think for a second, and it's also fun to put it to the audience and be like, "Yo, chap, what kind of bread would you be?" You know, and it's a lot cool. It's a lot. Oh well, water balloons filled with sulfuric acid seems like the opposite of a good time. But you fam, I guess. Charlie's like, "The fuck, bro." When cats, yeah, definitely, Minnie. When cats have been through some stuff, they act a little weird sometimes. Yeah, and I mean, like I said, I think Jewish rye would be the low hanging fruit because, like, I am the most Jewish rye person I've ever met. Um, but also for people asking, beep beep blue, he's doing fantastically. And also, of course, with the baby blue is the baby boy. Baby blue, baby boy. The babies. Ignore the weird stuff in the background. Charlie. Piss Monkey, I have three cats. Three cats. That's how many are on the lease. So that's what matters. Oh yeah, some of them. Yeah, I mean, Minnie. You wouldn't know it right now, but like, where's Ben? Benny. He ran away. But my void Ben, the one who was on the on the scratcher box when I first walked in. He was my first rescue off the street. When I first found him, he wasn't fixed. He had really bad scabies on his back. Like he was in bad shape, you know. And I mean, you guys have watched Charlie and Baby Blue and see how good they're doing right now versus how they were doing when they came off the streets. So yeah, cats have come a long way. Yeah. You know, it's so nice to see. Like one of my favorite things of doing cat rescue and whatnot is to watch like the glow ups of the cats and be like, Wow, you were this ratty little thing I found on the street not that long ago, and look at you now. Look at you now. You're doing beautifully. You're doing swimmingly. Oh yeah, Silvana. In 2021, I found the reason Ben is called Ben is because I found Ben on Ben Avenue in the valley. Uh, found him. He was like, there, like I showed, I had photos. I have photos of him when I first rescued him. It's gonna be a hard. That's gonna be a hard pass. And also no Diddy. But you do you, fam. Um, yeah, I mean, look, I was always an animals person, but I always thought of myself as more of a dog guy than a cat guy. But then the cat distribution system started like working overtime for me, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm here for it. Like it. There's so many homeless cats in my city that deserve a better life, and I find a lot of personal fulfillment in doing it. Like, you know, getting the subscribers and whatnot is just an ancillary thing, and getting to chit chat with y'all. But like, you know, this is what I do it for. This goofus maloofus. Yes, you. You want my empty Panda Express container? Lick. No panda for you, sir. Panda, 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 panda. He's a panda cat. More of a cow cat than a panda cat. Oh, yeah. I mean, I started off with one cat, um, and then me and my ex adopted Emily, the tortie down there that's being super scaredy cat, and Fred, who's upstairs, the ginger, who I call baby boy. Um, but yeah, um, got them. My first cat, Thule, she crossed the rainbow bridge a long time ago. Because she was 15 years old when she passed. So you know what, Chris? Yeah, I know. Toxoplasmosis is. I know. I get the toxo brain comments all the time, and it's like, okay, fam. Like, I'm sorry. I'm more caring and empathetic. What a drug. Um, but yeah, I do. I know, Chris. Charlie's a really loving dude, but like, I'm willing to keep him as long as necessary because I enjoy his company tremendously. For the record, the torch sound is me heating up a dab because it's dab time. Everyone get your bongs ready. We're burning one with your dog, and then after that we're gonna pick some locks and keep it pushing. And then hopefully before my light over here goes off on its timer, we'll uh we'll call it a night. But that will be the hard out. Is if we're still streaming when this timer goes off, which by the way is 2:30 in the morning. That'll be like, oh shit, time to call it a night. But yeah, Chris, as far as Charlie goes, I'm willing to hang on to him for as long as necessary. I know um I know I know there's a couple people who in my audience who live not too far from me who have namely Mel and I, Swan Song, who have expressed interest in adopting Charlie. And if Charlie goes to a good home, that's just as good as where he'll be loved. That's just as good as me keeping him, in my opinion. You know, in some regards, it'll be better because Charlie really takes up a lot of air, as it were, amongst the other cats. Like he's rapidly, um, it's rapidly, it's so yeah. Brobert, I'm here in I'm here in Los Angeles, so it's quarter to one right now almost. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I The chonkers are can be so funny right now. My former sous chef Jamie had a cat that she literally called Big Cat because he was just a big chonker, just mega chonker. This is a new form of anti-Semitism. I like it. Are you a Steinblatt Bergowitz? I'm neither because I'm a flavor of Jew that's not from Europe, fucker. That's okay, Minnie. Oh, you're in Iowa. You can go hit up my ex-girlfriend. I think she's in Iowa. But yeah, I mean, as far as my audience, like anybody in the west coast of LA, especially if you're willing to drive towards LA or meet me in LA or something like that, more than what you know, and there will be an adoption fee. Um, I'm not gonna lie. After Bobby Doom came through with the inventive form of anti-Semitism, the "I bet you're good with money" is pretty fucking lazy. Also, funnily enough, I'm actually part of that subsect of the Jewish people who are terrible with money. I am garbage. Like, there's a reason most of my savings are locked up in a CD account. It's because for 18 months at a time, I can't touch the shit, which means I can't spend it. I'm that level of fiscal irresponsibility that I literally need to put safeguards in my life to prevent me from like eating up my savings. Whatever. What are you gonna do? Banks are gonna bank. Haters are gonna hate. All right. Now that we have been properly medicated, oh Silvana, we're starting with comfort lock. My hair is in like crazy mode right now. Call me Max Headroom. All right. Or who's the dude? Who is the blonde dude from Cartoon Network? The guy with the fake Jimmy Neutron? Not Jimmy Neutron. Johnny Bravo. But yeah, we're always gonna start with Stanley. Stanley is Bay. That's true. That's true, Silvana. And because of my job, you know, because of between wearing a hat because I like to rep the Dodgers and having to wear a head covering at my employment to like prevent contamination. Yeah, I have a persistent hat hair problem. It is what it is. All right. It's my bae, Stanley. I love that spinner. I'm not gonna lie. It they spinning. Oh, this lock is talking to me today. Let's go. That was giving like I do love that the feedback on these Stanleys, but that was like got like for whatever reason that maybe because I haven't picked that lock in quite some time, but it was giving like better than average feedback in a way that's really cool. Let's do can I just say laminated brass locks, especially when they're well made, like this commando lock, are just so sexy. All right. I also find these commando locks kind of funny because like sometimes I'll pick them in like 2 seconds and sometimes it'll take me 5 minutes. There's very little rhyme or reason to that. Oh, hey, baby blue. Let's see if I get a better angle for y'all. So this commando is a bit more like I have two commando locks, Sylvana, and of the two, this one is more difficult. Um, it's got more high lift pins, so the spools require a bit more counter rotation, and it yeah. So it's not a pain in the butt per se. This one difficult to have by this company. I will say that they're a rather fun lock to pick for a laminated lock, especially with the sexy, sexy brassy look. Like I know there's this one, there's a bunch of production, and I know Squire used to make laminated brass locks, but I don't think they still do. I don't know if Avis makes laminated brass. I'm gonna go with they if they do, they don't sell them in the States. But the only Avis laminated locks I know of are the 41, which is steel, and the 45, which is also steel, just cheaper. Um, I'm trying to think if anybody else does a laminated brass lock. See, this is one of those. There we go. This is one of those. That was one of those 5 minute picks. Let's. All right, now let's do the other commando. But yeah, this one, which because I happen to find it especially like attractive, was on my like wall of flocks display above my bed for the longest time. But I took it down because I'm like, I want to pick it and see if it's more difficult than this one, which isn't very difficult at all. Um, and yeah, it's much more difficult than this one, which as a proof of concept is already open. Like when I say there is a measurable difference in degree of difficulty between this one, which is I this and it's crazy. I bought them on the same day. They're from the same like production era. Wait, I should turn my Wi-Fi back on. But yeah, this one is insanely easy to pick. This one, not so much. Not saying it's difficult, but it's not in. Yeah, that was master lock levels of quickness and speed, despite this thing being chock full of spools and serrated and yiggity yiggity yaggity. Which that for those who speak English good. Yeah, I also yeah, I saw that for a second. I've also been starting to figure out that when my viewer count just very suddenly drops to like 3 out of nowhere, it's not that I said something that offended everybody, it's because my freaking internet has decided to take a shit. Um, but maybe I offended everybody and my internet decided to take a shit. But like, you can't beat them all the time. You can't please everyone all the time, and you can't please the internet lords. Okay. eh, um, but yeah, thanks to everyone who's sticking with me despite the buffering and all that. Well, there's some goon squad activities taking place upstairs. I can hear I can hear cats doing a chase. I do love the false set that this thing falls into. Oh, I dropped something though. Oh, there we go. Boom. Almost lost that one, and then lost it, but then I saved it. Yeah. Okay. 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 My theory, Silvana, is it's the post poop zoomies. That's my like thing. And because they're most active at sunrise and sunset, then it's like especially that's why they have a little snack, they take a shit, and they're like, the sun's out, I'm fed, I'm shitted, let's go. And it's just the kitties are full blown kittying. You know, I dropped this stinky ass shit that's gonna wake up my human dad, and now I'm gonna run all over the place. I really want to get the law lock. Pro Set or whatever. And I know they got like the what is it, the Valerian on 50% off, or are they sold out now of that? Yeah, all hail the post poop zoomies. You know who gets crazy post poop zoomies is Charlie gets crazy post poop zoomies. You see, one cool thing about yeah, yeah, Silvana, Mini, I like Silvana's suggestion. Yeah, just throw a yo mama joke in there or call the dude an incel or something like that and keep it pushing. Or like my favorite comebacks usually involve asking that person like, you know, when's the last time they've like, rubbed the Cheeto dust away from their crotch and actually seen their penis or something to that effect. Um, you know, behind most of these haters is an insecure man or boy. So with that in mind, you just go after that. You know, or like Silvana said, go for a yo mama joke. You know, or like Minnie. I don't know how long you've been with. I don't know how many times it's happened today because Elijah's been pretty surgical in the chat. Props to Elijah for that one. But I get a lot of comments on my religion and ethnicity and my nose, and a lot of my comments will just be like, well, oh, your mom liked your mom sure liked my nose when she spread her asshole open and when I did to her, or stuff like that. Like just go for shit like that and watch them crash out. See, this is 1 o'clock, David After Dark. By the way, this 700, which is an alarmingly difficult pick, is going to probably be the last one of the night. Although I reserve the right to change my mind.
This is actually like a semi-vintage one. This is one of the older Made in America ones that are hard to pick, and it's a 6-pinner. And because it's got older style pinning, there's only one spool, and it's, I believe, the one that binds last. So you're mostly just picking an all serrated American, and those to me are the like extra assholes. $2 seconds on a 7240. That's crazy. I don't know how anyone's gonna beat that. I feel like you might have to also like get one with like bitting that's very conducive to zipping. So that way you can go like and set almost everything and then just pop, pop, pop. But yeah, either way, that's still crazy. 2 seconds on a 7240. I gotta find my easiest 7240 and see what I can pull off. It's gonna be nowhere near that. Because that's just insanely fast. Like that's insane. That's insanely fast. Also, side note, moving away from locks for a second. Beep beep blue. Also, we got a chill Charlie and just we got a lot of cats going on here. Benny on the back there. All right, Charlie's up and at him. What's he gonna do? Charlie. Charlie. Penny for your thar. Fluff fluff fluff. Flip fluff 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 fluff. All right, I might have to take a crack at a 7240 after this. Or I might just be like, fuck this 1100 because I haven't picked it. Or not 1100, sorry, 700. Oh, that lock's still an asshole. I don't care what anybody says. Makes a good shackle pop, though. Oh, I love the old American 700s. I got this one on eBay with no key, and I made a key for it. Let's see, FM. That's F is 90. So it's in the 90s. It's not an 80s lock. FM. Oh, right. FM is, I think it's 90 91 or 92. This lock is about the same age as me. It's a 30-year-old lock. not super vintage, but I think ask anybody the older American 700s with this design where the actuator engaged a little bit sooner than the new ones, which are made in I think Mexico. Um, I'm not saying that we should make American lock great again, but the ones made in America were better. They're more difficult too. Okay. Made in Mexico. They're bringing crime, they're bringing drugs, they're bringing lower quality locks. And some of them are good locks, I'm sure. Well, it's under a minute, but yeah, not especially fast. Let's see if I can do it a bit faster. Oh, it'd be a good idea to put the pick the right direction. Ah! All right. Okay, Dots, you win. Whatever. I mean, that was under 30 seconds. We're not bad for picking a green belt level lock under 30 seconds. Come on, peeps. Granted, technically, this is also a green belt level lock, and it took me a couple of minutes, right? So let's shut the fuck up, David. I wonder if I have like a super like even easier 7240. All right, we'll do the other 7240, and that's gonna be the last of the night because it's 10 after 1, and I'm getting a little tired. And Ben knows what's up. He's a Benny. Yeah, Ben was my first off the street rescue. He's named after the street I found him on, Ben Avenue. So he's question mark years old. I'd say he's probably about 7 at this point. I've had him. He's been with me since late 2021. He's a very good boy. And he's got his little Benny's got a bow tie. He's got a little bit of white floof right here. He's got a little bow tie. Bing. I will say Ben had some serious diarrhea the past few weeks, and he shit all over my freaking house. All right. Right? You took a bunch of shits on the floor and on the chairs and on my bed. You tracked shit everywhere because you had a a coronavirus of the stomach, but not a COVID. You had a coronavirus of the stomach though. That's what's up. Oh no. I will say, Silvana, none of my cats have collars on them. I don't like putting collars on cats personally when they're indoors. You do, but like my cats are indoors only. They're microchipped. Let them be free. Yeah. So Ben's question mark years old, but probably about 6 or 7. Baby Blue is also question mark, or no, Baby Blue I'd say is about 5. So yeah, because so many of my cats are rescues, they don't do collars. And the only cats I ever had that were I have that are shelter pets, Emily and Fred. They wore collars when I was still with my ex because my ex wanted the collars. But the minute we broke up, I was like, nah, collars are off because I kept the cats. Like I was never big on the collars. I want them to live, as free of like human bullshit on them as necessary. So I'm like, you know, you're not going outside. You don't, you know, I don't need an identification for you. I know who you are. This is Baby Blue. I don't need a collar. Have you heard of the JF-17 Thunder? As a matter of fact, yes, I have. What's up, Retro Mothman 85? Are we on the are we on the nerding out about planes section of this live stream? Is that where we're at? What's up, Wingsley? We're chilling. Oh yeah, yeah, y- yeah, Mothman. The whole Myanmar Burma thing is just has been a frozen conflict for the longest time, and people don't pay attention to it because it's not like it doesn't make Western news. You know, the crazy thing is that I found out about that conflict by watching Top Gear of all things. Because they went into the Shan state and talked about how, like, there had been fighting there, like, you know, with anti-government rebels and militias and whatnot. And I'm like, it's crazy that Top Gear of all things taught me that. Top Gear tonight, tonight, baby blue rolls over. Ben lies on a sofa, and I pick a 7240 much slower than dot slots. Oh yeah, they have 17 kind of a fascinating plane because it's a collaborative effort between China and Pakistan of all countries. Just kind of, it's also kind of an interesting, if I may say, on a geopolitical thing. Um, yep, that's baby blue. That's Ben behind me. But yeah, I think it's interesting how, I mean, look, Pakistan has a history of doing this. But it's interesting how Pakistan seems to play both sides because you know, they have a history of collaboration with the United States, but then when they go to buy a new plane, they collaborate with China of all, or sorry, China of all places. Yeah, well, that's true, but I mean, India flies mostly. Nah, I don't think we should do that, Galapagos. That seems like a bad idea. Not saying I support anything of what they're doing right now, but like, I think the nuclear option is probably a bit much. Also, if you did nuke Israel, you'd nuke Palestine too. It'd be in the fallout zone just because of the proximity of the whole thing. We don't want that. What's up, Denise? That being said, I can. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I mean, nukes shouldn't exist. Also, not for nothing, but Israel is a nuclear nation, so trying to nuke Israel would likely result in that lunatic Bibi deciding as his last order as prime minister, like, hey, fuck the world, we're just sending off all of our secret nukes that we don't say we have, but we have. That would be a very Netanyahu way to go. Be like, middle finger to the world, suck my fucking circumcised cock. You nuke us? Cool, we're nuking Tehran. Baby Blow's really going in on the belly flop grooming. Yeah, I mean that's the thing, Minnie. Like, even if I supported the nuking of Israel, which I don't because I have family who live there, um, the Palestine would be in the fallout zone of a nuke. So would Lebanon and Jordan and like and this is the saying if you were to nuke the entirety of Israel, like Petra would be like you would lose so much history uh in that action. You'd lose the the Western Wall, the Dome of the Rock, the birthplace of Jesus. Um, you know, so many historical and biblical locations. So yeah, let's not nuke Israel. That being that being said, as I've been saying for quite some time, if Iran decides to send a Shahed 136 straight into Bibi Netanyahu's face, I will pack watch so much. Like I've been waiting for that since they killed Ayatollah Khamenei and replaced him with another Ayatollah Khamenei. And I hate this timeline. I hate it. I hate it so much. But yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. Galapagos, free Palestine, and I'm saying that as an Israeli American, by the way. And get Bibi in front of the ICC and everyone who enables him. Ben Gvir especially, that fucking piece of shit. Yeah, I mean that man is a cancer on Israel. And the Israelis, and so many Israelis hate him. It's crazy, but like he managed to form coalitions again and again and again. Now I'm just picking top of the QA just so I can be like everyone else. To be honest with you, Galapagos, I don't have my finger on the pulse, but I would hazard a guess, not very many. The problem is that you know the ones who do are very very vocal. It's big Satan and little Satan are very similar in that regard. You know, even if the majority don't support what their government is doing, they're not vocal enough. They're not vocal enough, and they're not nearly as vocal as the ruling party. And you don't say Elijah, but there also that was top of the keyway. I don't pick ace top of the keyway ever. But yeah, it's and also a lot like much like its benefactor America, Israel has a very vocal religious right that votes as a group. And they are, in my opinion, a cancer upon Israel. And they don't serve in the army either. Fucking. And they don't pay taxes. Fucking useless wastes. You know, and for the record, I do support the continued existence of the state of Israel. I just don't support any of that, you know, any of what they've been doing since October 7th. I don't support the settlements in Palestine and that neo-colonialism and Lebensraum that they seem to be trying to do. This is another reason why the way that the stream is going to go members only eventually, because god damn, if my you know if and just in case my parents actually decided to hear this, I might get myself disowned for the shit I'm saying today about Israel. Uh-oh, we're about to summon the people. I should have said, I should have kept my mouth shut, guys. What did I miss? Oh, we picked locks, we hung out with cats, and now I'm talking shit about shit. What flag is that, Elijah? I can't even see. I did, but I'll show them again, Wingsley. Just give me a second. But yeah, it's just messed up. Chris is having a freaking panic attack of his own on the other end, just like, ah! Yeah, but like, like I said, I mean, but I'll say one thing. I know it's very unpopular to say this, and I do not use it in any way that of what it's become. But I do, like I said, I do believe in the continued existence of a state of Israel, and I guess that makes me a Zionist by proxy. But you know, but I hate this nightmare vision of whatever Zionism has become, where you're basically doing a Lebensraum on the Palestinians, and you've perpetrated a genocide. You know, and and for my own part, I fucking hate that my dad, who, as I mentioned, is Israeli, has decided that in this war, he's going to shut off anything remotely critical about Israel, which is very boomer pilled, if I do say so myself. Um, you know, and but and look, that's fine. My dad was born in 1952 in Israel. He grew up with the state of Israel. So I kind of I don't agree, but I understand his reluctance to abandon the universally sunny view of the state of Israel. And when you grew up with the state of Israel, you also grew up with the neighboring Arab countries attacking you a lot, and it's a constant state of war. So you also get this constant state of, you know, they are the enemy. But times change, people change, and Bibi Netanyahu is not Yitzhak Rabin. He's not fucking David Ben Gurion. He's just a fucking piece of shit. And I would say a lot of people would say, okay, but the whole existence of the state of Israel is wrong. Well, I mean, I don't know about that, Elijah, because I think Jesus Christ, I think anti-Semitism has been a pretty prevalent thing throughout history, Zionism or no Zionism. But you know, I think I do think that, that's like I said, when you don't stand up to bullies you know go to the forefront. Worst fighter jets. I mean, it's got to be the Russians, right? North Korea doesn't actually make their own jets, as far as I know, Elijah. They use either Chinese or Russian slash Soviet. It's got to be Russia. Although I guess the Pakistanis would be like, "Excuse me, the Hal Tejas is a piece of shit." Um, and then the Indians are like, "Excuse me, the JF-17 Thunder is a bigger piece of shit." And then the whole time the Swedes are over there in the corner with like, "Just to tell you that the Saab Gripen is the biggest, baddest motherfucking fourth gen, and both of your planes are pieces of shit." No, they didn't buy Su-57s. The only export sale of Su-57s so far has been to Algeria. The India did buy a bunch of Su-30s though, and they do manufacture the Su-30 MKI in India. HAL does, I believe. It was Denise back. You might have not be watching live, but yes, it was. I mean, that's a big technicality, Elijah, because Mothman did ask who makes the worst fighter jets, and if North Korea doesn't make them, then it's NA. But I'm saying it's Russia. It's got to be Russia. Russia makes the worst fifth gen because it's not a fifth gen. I'm sorry. Speaking of the Su-57, it's like it's it's doo-doo garbage compared to like an F-35 or an F-22 or a J-20. Um, you know, and I mean, look, credit where credit is due. The Su-27, the flankers, and the MiG-29, when they first came out, really good. Now, not so much. And the good flankers, the best flankers are made by the Chinese. Now, also the true Giga Chad MiG, the MiG-31, is out of production. So probably Silvana. There's some European stuff. Um, that's quite good. Saab and Rafale and yeah, like the and all MiGs were converted into Toyota Corolla. Nah, the Ukrainians are still flying the MiGs and rather well, I gotta say. The Russians too, less well. I also had this like I keep having this I kind of have this like recurring dream where like a bunch of super brave and somewhat stupid, but super brave Ukrainians like go onto a Russian base and just jack a bunch of planes and fly them back to Ukraine. Oh yeah, Typhoon or whatever. Yeah. The sixth gen of airplanes is gonna be crazy. Charlie. But yeah, worst plane of all planes right now, gotta be Russia. Worst plane of all time, Soviet Union. Biggest goofus maloofus of all time, Charlie. Okay, Floofus McFloofington, you've got the shed thing going on quite a lot. There's literally like Charlie hair floating all over my face parts right now. Oh yeah, it's shedding season. My house is crazy. But yeah, Charlie just having a heavy shed. He might have had a double coat. Just a goofus. Yeah, you're a goofus. All right, it's 1:45, and I'm setting. I know I said the light is the hard out. We're not going until the light. I don't know, Tugar, and I don't think we're gonna find out tonight, but pretty high. All right. Drive by? Yeah, he's a big chonker. All right. All right. Thanks, Chris. Have a good night, man. Benny. All right, let's go say hi to the kittens really quickly, and then we're gonna call the stream. Ben is the Ben is the goober of the gang, but he's great. I love all the kitties. Charlie's great. He's great. You're kind of a bitch, but you're great too. You love me, so that's all that matters. Emily's a one-person cat. The good thing is, it's me. Oh, kitty. Hello, Crystal. Thank you for subscribing. This guy's probably the most scared, which is a shame because he's beautiful, but yeah, he's gonna need. He might be a little sick. Yeah. Well, that's because his Iraq, these cats came off the streets like a week ago and they're just kittens and they're barely socialized, but we're making progress. Yeah, this one's really big. The girl is pretty small. But yeah, the white guy, I'm seeing consistent I'm seeing a little puffiness around the eyes and a little bit of like inflammation around the nose that would suggest not 100%. But yeah, he's also the most ornery. He hisses a lot, but it's all right. We're working on it. They don't seem to have like they hang. These two seem to like each other quite a bit, but this one, um, there's a little bit of mucus. There's a little mucus buildup on the nostrils. You can kind of see Silvana, like he's got a bit of like a kennel cold or something like that. I don't know. It was worse when I first found him, but yeah, and I mean you always worry about conjunctivitis, obviously. Okay, kitty, I gotta go. Also, Charlie loves my shoes. Dude just chills on my shoes all the time. Sun girl. Yeah, my three cats are well represented. Sun girl, what you see? Big C. Oh yeah, she's got a couple. She's got some stripes on her tail, but yeah, she's. And I think she a little bit of stripiness up here, but yeah. My favorite thing is her back leg. She's got this like really fun coloration on it because she's got the white peats. Ben is doing a stretch and an eat. But yeah, she's got these really fun. She's got this really fun like back leg that I've always had her do. I'm a big fan of this leg. Hey, Charlie. I got to test out her suspension on this one. What are you like? Fuck that slipper, especially. No, no, no. This slipper, especially. Okay, guys. Now I'm just being goofy in the cat, and I'm. No, 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 no. Those are my work shoes. Not a chew toy. Work shoes. Baby. Oh, J36 is gonna be. It's gonna be interesting to see. All the Chinese third or not third gen, all the Chinese six gens I think are going to be very interesting to see. J36, J, what is it, 50, the one with the actuating wingtips. The J36 is the tri-jet, right? The one that's going to be like a fighter bomber. That one's funky looking. That's my observation. It's funky looking. Okay, guys. Me go sleepy now. I have much tired. Charlie's about to do something absolutely. Good night. Don't let the bed bugs fight. Punch your local bully in the face. Oh, Charlie's about to do something buffoonery, so hold on one second. What are you doing, Charlie? There is no panda in the Panda Express bag. Are you hunting the greebles? Where are you going? Are you going that way? Or are you going that way? Or are you going that way? Where are you going? Or are you going to knock over my Old Bay seasoning? No, no, no. I know. It was stupid of me to put the Old Bay on a ledge like that. But please don't knock it over. It's like that's like $50 worth of Old Bay. Okay, I won't call you Old Bay. Yeah, Heat Lifer. I'm a professional cook, so the the big container of stuff, I got them. What is this? 7.5 pounds of Old Bay seasoning. Well, it was when I bought it. Honestly, I think these are the last two of like the super big containers I have. Actually, no, that might be a lie. I think I might have some like leafy stuff like thyme or shit like that left. I don't know. It's too late for me to be doing my thing. Charlie, but maybe yeah. Charlie says good night. So so do I. Love y'all. And like I said, punch your local bully in the face. Fuck that guy or girl or non-binary, but either fuck them.